Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Rhea Ripley received a bold warning ahead of WWE Evolution 2025 this Sunday night. The highly anticipated premium live event will be airing live from State Farm Arena this weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. The Eradicator is scheduled to battle Io Sky for the Women's World Championship at Evolution. Ahead of the title match, Sky took to Instagram to deliver a warning to her opponent. The genius of the Sky noted that she took the title from Ripley earlier this year and has made it her mission to defend it against her at the PLE this weekend. You can check out Sky's message in the Instagram post below. "I was able to become WWE Women's Champion because Rhea gave me a shot at the title. Now it is my mission as champion to defend my title against Rhea at Evolution. Rocket emoji, Rhea, see you then," she wrote. Io Sky defeated Rhea Ripley to become Women's World Champion on the episode of WWE Raw following Elimination Chamber 2025. Sky has not defended the title since defeating Ripley and Bianca Belair in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. Belair is currently out of action due to a finger injury, but the EST is rumored to return to action around SummerSlam 2025. Former WWE manager expects Rhea Ripley to win at Evolution 2025. Wrestling veteran Dutch Mantel recently predicted that Rhea Ripley would be capturing the Women's World Championship at Evolution this Sunday night. The Wrestling Outlaws show, the legend stated that he expected the 28-year-old to emerge victorious at the PLE. Mantel also predicted that the two stars would have a very good title match this weekend. "Rhea Ripley, I think, will take that. She's a big girl, she's like 6 feet tall, right? I think she's very good, people like her, and she and Io Sky will tear the house down." From 0:45 to 1:13. Ripley picked up an impressive victory over Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight at WWE Night of Champions last month in Saudi Arabia. Only time will tell if she can defeat Io Sky to become Women's World Champion once again at Evolution this weekend. The lights in the training facility flickered under the weight of the late hour. The ring ropes sat still, sweat still drying on the turnbuckles from the countless sparring sessions that had taken place under the dim overhead bulbs. In the center of the ring, Rhea Ripley stood alone, fists clenched at her sides, eyes staring holes into the padded canvas as if it might offer answers she hadn't yet dared to ask. Evolution was less than 2 weeks away. WWE's all-women's premium event, long overdue for its triumphant return, had become the stage for Rhea to prove what many already believed, that she wasn't just the most dominant force in the women's division, but the undisputed anchor of its future. But tonight, there was a restless edge in her chest. The Judgment Day was fractured, rumors swirled about alliances, betrayals, and last-minute stipulations that could flip the match card upside down. Her own match was already the talk of the industry, a title defense against an opponent no one had expected, Asuka. A legend with a bone to pick and a message to send. Rhea bounced off the ropes, practicing counters in her head, her jaw tightening every time she envisioned Asuka's lightning kicks finding her ribs. She'd watched the tape back a dozen times already. She knew Asuka better than she knew herself, or so she told everyone else. But in the silence of this ring, doubt whispered louder than confidence. A faint sound echoed across the facility, a door creaking open. Rhea stopped dead, head whipping toward the entrance. She saw the shadow before the figure stepped under the light. "Still here at this hour?" came the dry, unmistakable drawl of Paul Heyman. His suit looked untouched by the hour, his eyes, however, told a different story. Red-rimmed, sleepless. A storm cloud in human form. Rhea didn't move, but the air shifted. "Heyman. What do you want?" He circled the ring like a shark scenting blood. To check on an investment. Or perhaps, to deliver a message. Rhea barked a laugh that lacked humor. "I'm nobody's investment." Heyman smiled thinly, the way a vulture smiles when it spots fresh roadkill. "Don't play that card with me, Rhea. You and I both know that the higher your star rises, the more weight it carries, and the more targets it paints on your back." He climbed the steps, leaning on the ropes. For a second, Rhea wondered if he'd step inside. He didn't. He knew better. "Spit it out, Heyman. Or leave." Heyman's eyes glittered. "Asuka is not coming to Evolution alone." Rhea didn't flinch, but something flickered in her stare, just enough for Heyman to press on. "She's hungry, yes. But more importantly, she's angry. Not just at you, but at what you represent. She sees you as a threat to her legacy. And unlike most of these girls, Asuka does not care for the spotlight, the glitz, the cameras. She cares for humiliation. Yours. Rhea took a step closer, fists still clenched. If you're trying to rattle me. Heyman's voice sliced through her words. I'm warning you. There are whispers that Asuka has been speaking with Io Sky, Kairi Sane, perhaps even a few wild cards no one expects. If you think Evolution will be a fair fight, you are more naive than I gave you credit for. Silence stretched between them. The hum of the facility lights buzzed like a wasp nest. Rhea's smirk was slow, cruel. Good. Let them come. Let them bring every ghost and goddess they can find. I'll send them all home broken. Heyman tilted his head. I believe you will try. But be prepared for betrayal, Rhea. Not just from your enemies, but from the people you trust most. He stepped down from the apron, his voice lowering to something softer, almost conspiratorial. I have seen many women think they were invincible. I have seen many men bet everything on that belief. And I have watched them all fall when the knife came from behind, not from the front. He turned away, footsteps echoing across the empty hall. But his voice lingered behind him, bouncing off the ropes, wrapping itself around Rhea's resolve like a boa constrictor. Watch your back, Rhea Ripley. Evolution is not just another night. It's a reckoning. The door creaked shut. The silence returned, thicker than before. Rhea stared at the ropes where Heyman had leaned, feeling the phantom pressure of his words. Betrayal. Allies. Shadows in the dark. She thought of Dominic. She thought of Finn, of Priest. The Judgment Day had been her fortress, but lately, even a fortress can crumble from the inside. She rolled out of the ring and walked to the far corner of the facility, where her duffel bag sat open. From it, she pulled out her phone, scrolling through messages, most unread, a few threats disguised as friendly advice. One from Dominic. One from someone she hadn't spoken to in weeks. She hovered her thumb over it, then shut the screen off, tossing the phone back like it burned her skin. No. She would not allow doubt to become her weakness. Not now. She laced her boots tighter, as if each tug on the leather could stitch her resolve back together. She replayed Heyman's words in her head. Not as a warning, but as fuel. Let them come. Let Asuka summon the entire roster if she had to. She'd break every limb that reached for her crown. And if the betrayal Heyman hinted at came from inside Judgment Day? She'd burn that bridge, too. There would be no mercy. No hesitation. No trust left to give. Rhea Ripley stepped back into the ring and took her stance, staring at the corner where her invisible opponent waited in her mind. She felt the canvas under her boots, the steel under the ropes. She belonged here, the storm in a leather jacket, the nightmare they all whispered about when the lights went out. Evolution was coming. The ring would be hers. And if Heyman's prophecy was true, then the reckoning would not be hers to endure, it would be hers to deliver. With one deep breath, Rhea Ripley lunged at the ropes, driving herself forward into the darkness that waited.